Welcome back to part 2 of animation techniques. I'll continue creating the movie that I started in part 1 and show you how to use lip sync and Puppeteer. Now I'll switch to the main camera and bring in the king. And select him in the scene tab. And position him. I want him to speak after Aika has knelt. So I'll move the playhead forward until she kneels and use the built-in lip sync for this. View tabs lip sync. Load up the sound file. I used one of the sound files that comes with DAZ Studio. And analyze. And that's the lip sync done. Create a new camera. And look through it. And play back.
The Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came.
It'll look a lot better when it's rendered. My computer's having a hard time keeping up with the real-time animation there. Going back to the original movie, you can see how easy lip sync is. It automatically creates head movement and facial movements and blinks where necessary. Now I'll create a new camera for my dragon and go back to frame 0 before positioning it. And load the dragon into the scene. And position him. To animate the dragon, I used Puppeteer. View tabs Puppeteer. Puppeteer is a wonderful tool for posing and for animation. The adult dragon comes with some poses. One of them is asleep, so I'll make him asleep and save that pose on Puppeteer. Make sure it's in edit mode and click, and that will save that pose. I can now give him another pose, crouching, and save that pose. And a third pose, where he's standing up, and save that pose. I now have 3 poses, all saved. And when I click on Preview, I can go between those poses and animate him. For the first part of the scene, I just had him breathing. And then he stood up and looked around. So once I've practiced the animation, I can record it. So I click on Record. When I first click, the animation will start and I can see what's happening in the scene and do my animation according to what's happening in the scene. And there he stands up. And when I let go the mouse, all the keyframes from that animation are recorded on the timeline. Click on Edit to stop recording and play the animation. Naturally, it's very hard to get it right first time, so you can clear the animation and start all over again. And you can record it as many times as you like until you're happy with your final animation. To check out Puppeteer in more detail, DAZ 3D have produced a great video on Puppeteer on YouTube, so go to DAZ's channel at YouTube and check out the Puppeteer video. It's a great tool, not just for animation, but for blending poses and morphs and a whole lot more. So now I can render out my final sequence through the Dragon camera and combine it all in Windows Movie Maker, add some music, and upload to YouTube and share my movie with the world. I'd love to see what movies you come up with. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful.